What's up, YouTube? Tim Moose here. Here is my opening slash streaming segment where I talk about the films coming out this week, whether they be in theaters, streaming, etc. Alright. The major wide release movies we got coming out this week is, of course, Gran Turismo, which is based on the very popular video game of the same name, which is technically more based on a true story rather than the video game itself. And I think this movie looks really fun. I've been hearing some really positive things about it. It looks really intriguing. It looks entertaining. I'm hoping this is really interesting. You got Neil Blomkamp attached as director. You got David Harbour. You got who else? Orlando Bloom, the kid who plays Paxton on Never Have I Ever. Darren Barnett, he's in this. You got Baby Spice in this. So I'm intrigued to see check this out now when it premieres. All right, we also got the Helen Mirren film Golda. The film Whitebird, I think, was supposed to come out this week, but I guess they changed plans, and who knows when that's coming out now. But at least Helen Mirren has some film coming out this week. Although at this point they moved Whitebird, because to be honest, I was hoping to have maybe a Helen Mirren double feature. But anyway, Golda is a biopic that depicts the life of Golda Meir, Prime Minister of Israel. And you also got Leo Schreiber's in this. The trailers have looked really decent. I've always liked Helen Mirren. She's also one of the greatest actresses there is. It looks really interesting. I mean, I don't know anything about Golda or anything like that, but I'm intrigued to see this one. It could be interesting. All right, we also got the film Retribution, starring Liam Neeson. While driving his kids to school, financier Matt Turner is suddenly drained by a mysterious bomber. I am hoping this is good because, to be honest, I have not really liked a Liam Neeson action movie since probably Cold Pursuit was the last one he did that I quite enjoyed. I mean, his recent ones like Blackout, I think was called Memory. That recent detective movie he did. That his recent stuff has not been great in my opinion. And it's a shame because I've always liked Liam Neeson action movies, whether it's the Taken films, the film I was an extra for, Run or Night. I mean, come on, he is pretty much technically my co-star on Run or Night because I was an extra on that film. So I'm pretty much biased when it comes to Liam Neeson, obviously. I mean, he once actually literally called me buddy on set. But I have to say how I see it. His recent films has not been great. I'm hoping this is really good because the trailers have looked really cool. It looks just like Taken meets Speed. I'm definitely getting a Speed vibe from this. You also got Matthew Modine's also in this. The kid who was just in Scream 6, Jack Champion, he's in this. So I'm hoping this is good, but we shall see. Wait a second. All right, we also got a baseball movie called The Hill, which is a biopic about a baseball player, Ricky Hill, overcoming a physical handicap in order to try out for a legendary major league scout. It stars Dennis Quaid, Colin Floyd, Scott Glenn, and the show for this half looked really decent. I mean, I always love these type of true underdog story. Dennis Quaid is really good when it comes to these sport movies, whether it's obviously Any Given Sunday, or whether they're talking about The Rookie. He's really decent. Sometimes he's good in these parts. So I'm hoping this is good. It looks really fascinating. I always like these underdog stories. And who doesn't love a good movie about baseball? I mean, I'm biased now because, I do security at Yankee Stadium. So obviously I'm a little biased when it comes to baseball now. But hey, this could be interesting to check out nonetheless. I mean, Dennis Quaid, he could be a hit and miss once in a while. I mean, I really liked his little cameo as himself in Strays. But sometimes Dennis Quaid's career could be one-sided. So I'm hoping this is a decent one, but we'll see. And also, I like the actor Colin Floyd. He was on that short-lived Netflix series, Daybreak, which I enjoyed. So nice to see him doing more stuff, so that's cool. All right, now we got coming. I'm really interested in the core Bottoms. Now, this actually said to premiere and limited release this week and wide next week, so I'm pretty much going to be seeing it next week. But Bottoms is, of course, a raunchy teen comedy directed by Shiva Baby director Emma Seligman. And you got Rachel Sennott, who was also in Show Baby, and she was in The Ida too. Which, by the way, The Ida is not really that good of a show. I was so excited for The Idol, but yeah, that was what type of dialogue they decided to use in that is oh boy. But I would say Rachel Sennett, her Sanat, is it Sanat or Sanat? I think I pronounced it right. She was actually my favorite part of The Idol. I think this girl's awesome. She could do comedy pretty well. I liked her in Bias. I was a little late to the party with Shiv Baby, but I thought that she was excellent in that film. So I'm always excited to see her and stuff. You also got other interesting casts, like you got other cast members includes Kaya Gerber, Io Taberi, Nicholas Galstein, Marshawn Lynch. Now the only thing I'm really left side of this is I'm sorry, I cannot buy any of these people as high schoolers. Just look at these people. Like, go check out the trailer for Bottoms, or even just a poster in general. Could you buy any of these people as high schoolers? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I really cannot buy these people as high schoolers. But hey, maybe it could work. I mean, come on. Uh, People in the movie Grease definitely were pretty much older at the time. People in American Pie was pretty older. But it doesn't really take you out of the film or anything. But I always found that to be a little odd. But hey, it is what it is, I guess. Anyway, also now coming out on streaming this week on Netflix, we got the coming of age comedy. You are so not invited to my bat mitzvah. I used to always, no offense to anyone, I used to always call it bar mitzvah, but it's actually pronounced bat mitzvah. But now this is actually directed by the same guy who directed that Hulu movie Crush, which I enjoyed. It stars Adam Sandler alongside his daughters. His wife is also in this. Technically, this is not really considered an Adam Sandler movie. This is really, I guess you could say it's more like a film led by his daughter. What's her name again? I think it's Sunny Sandler. It's pretty much her film rather than Adam Sandler. Like Adam Sandler's mostly playing a sporting player. And from the previews, it actually looks like Adam Sandler's version of Bo Burnham's Eighth Grade. Who remembers that movie Eighth Grade a couple years ago? I'm definitely getting a bit of that vibe here. And if you guys don't know much about your So Not Vice, my Batman, it tells the story of two best friends whose Batman's plans gets affected by Papa Boy that they fight for attention for. And I think the trailers have looked really cute. It looks interesting. Looks pretty funny. I like the cast involved. You got Luis Guzman, Jackie Hoffman, Adele Dazeem, or Dana Mazel. You got some interesting cast members. Sarah Sherman, who I think is terrific on SNL. So I'm intrigued to check this one out when it premieres. All right, now on Hulu, we got Vacation Friends, which of course stars John Cena, Lowell Howe, Yvonne Orji, Meredith Hagner, along with Steve Buscemi and Ryan Chang. This is a follow-up to 2021's Vacation Friends, which that was actually a pretty funny film, by the way. And it's where Marcus lands an all-expensive paid trip to the Caribbean resort, and he and his wife Emily invite their uninhabited besties Ron and Kyla. But when Kyla's incarcerated father is released from San Quentin and shows up, things get out of control. And I think this trail have looked really fun. The first one was really decent. I'm really looking forward to check out where they're gonna take the sequel to. So hopefully it could be it could be as good here. Now other films we got out this week. We got The Retirement Plan, which stars Nicolas Cage, Ashley Greene, Ron Perlman, Jackie Earle Haley, Grace Byers, Lynn Whitfield, Rick Fox, Ernie Hudson, Joe David Morris. Talk about good cast here. It's about Ashley and her young daughter, Sarah, must seek out Ashley's estranged father, Matt, for help when they wind up in the middle of a criminal enterprise that drains their lives. He is living the life of a retired beach as a retired beach bum in the Cayman Islands. When they track him down, but are soon found by crime boss Donnie and his lieutenant Bobo. And the trailer for this had to look pretty fun. I mean, this is of course another dumb Nicolas Cage film, but it looks really interesting. It kind of looks like the remember that Matthew McConaughey movie, The Beach Bum, a couple years ago. It looks like that meets John Wick. Definitely getting a bit of a John Wick vibe here. But it does look like it could be really interesting. It could be terrible though, because Nicolas Cage movies could be hit and misses. But I'm gonna check this one out. Hopefully, it can be good. All right. We also got some stuff that's going straight to VOD. We got this terrible sounding comic called Bootyology, which I kid you not, that's literally the actual title. When a documentary crew sets out to explore the relationship between AI and popular music, they stumble across a mystery involving the disappearance of the infamous rap duo, the Booty Boys. You also got Brian Austin Green's in this. It kind of looks like a rip off of This Is Spine Tap. I'm definitely getting a bit of This Is Spine Tap vibe here. It looks terrible. Definitely having a documentary feel there. It does not look funny at all. Terrible title too. So yeah. All right. We also got a movie called Gump, which has nothing to do with Forrest Gump. Don't worry. But it is a story told through the eyes of a stray dog called Gump. So I guess it's like a dog version of Forrest Gump. I don't know. On a journey to find his way home to his owner, Gump encounters many challenges, meets new people, and makes a few canine friends along the way. And no, this definitely is not so much a Strays. So yeah, following up seeing a movie like Strays with something like this, okay. Uh, I'm getting more of a Dog's Purpose vibe. Definitely getting a bit of that vibe there. I don't know. It could be interesting. I do love these type of dog movies. It does look pretty cute, so it could be interesting. All right. We also, for all you Metalopolis fans, we've got Metalopolis, Army of the Doomstar. Def Clock frontman Nathan Explosion finds himself traumatized while tasked with fulfilling the prophecy and completing the ultimate songwriting challenge to save the planet. The voice sounds includes Mark Hamill, John Hamm, Malcolm McDowell, Brandon Small. I remember him from Home Movies, by the way. And this actually looks pretty interesting. I mean, I was never like a huge Metalopolis fan, but I have seen episodes here and there. Especially I sort of checked this more out after the late great John Schnepp passed. Because if you guys don't know, John Schnepp you know, was actually I believe like a producer on Metalopolis, and R.I.P. John Schnepp, definitely one of the best in the in the entertainment business. But yeah, I think this actually looks like it could be really interesting. It's actually premiering on Adult Swim, so that could be cool. So could be interesting. All right. We also got a movie called The List, which stars House of Sage from Dark Phoenix fame and Christian Navarro from 13 Reasons Why fame, along with Chrissy Fit from Pitch Perfect 2, Greg Sulkin from Pretty Little Liars, and Larry Kenny's Clark Becko. The List follows bright-eyed Abby, played by Sage, who finds her life in a free fall after her fiance sleeps with a celebrity on his free pass list. To distract herself from his cheating, Abby and her best friend Chloe, played by Fett, decides the only way she can move forward is to sleep with a celebrity from her own list. Abby sets out for LA, the perfect place to meet the leading man of her dreams, but when she meets Jake, played by Navarro, a charming local waiter with big dreams of his own, she starts to reconsider what is she looking for. And the trailer for this looks terrible. It is sad because I do like the two leads. House of Sage, I remember her and stuff like Grown Ups 2, Neighbors 2. I really have quite like turn popping up and stuff. Navarro, I always thought was good on 13 Reasons Why, but yeah, nothing about this looks remotely good. Doesn't look interesting at all. So yeah, it's probably gonna be pretty terrible. All right. Oh, we also got something called Ashaka, the Tucson Investigation, which I don't really know too much about. Um, we got an action movie called Storage Locker about a comic book collector meets two mysterious sisters who run a secret collectors society to acquire the rarest of the rare. He must battle the demonic presence of the sisters' daily storage facility. And this is probably gonna be terrible. It does not look good at all. Looks a little bit like a supernatural action movie. So yeah, this probably I think it's going straight to VOD. So there's that. All right, we also got something called the Admirer. A woman searches for answers after her life is hacked by the person from her past. And this also does not look so good. Doesn't look all that interesting. It has an interesting premise though, but looks pretty boring and all. I mean, definitely these type of movies we've seen a million of times. So yeah. All right. We also got a film called The Dive, about deep sea diving trip turns into a fight for survival for two sisters when a catastrophic landslide sends rocks tumbling into the ocean, trapping one of them below the surface. And this looks really intriguing. I mean, I'm always a sucker for these type of for these type of one confined space where there's something like definitely getting a bit of a shallow vibe or maybe open water vibe. Definitely getting a bit of that vibe here. So it looks like it could be interesting. It looks intriguing. So could be cool. All right. We also got a movie called Piafy when her sister suffers a nervous breakdown and in her variant Ava is forced to take on Zara's job as a Foley artist. She struggles to create sounds for a commercial featuring a horse when a horse tail starts growing out of her body. I kid you not, this is actually the synopsis. Empowered by her tail, she lures a Bionaris into an affair with a game of submission. Yeah, that I don't know what to say about that, but yeah, sounds looks pretty erotic there. So yeah, I don't know. This looks weird, but could be cool. But yeah, a movie about someone growing a horse tail. Okay, that's something I never seen before. But yeah, all right. We also got a British heist movie called Bank of Dave, which is based on the real life experiences of Dave Fishwick. It follows the story of Burnley, working class and self made millionaire who struggles to set up a community bank to help the town's local businesses to thrive. To do so, he must battle London's elite financial institutions and compete for the first banking license in over 100 years. Cast members include Joe Fry, Phoebe Dunbar from Bridgerton fame, Rory Kinnear, Hugh Bonneville, Joe Hartley, and to be honest, the preview for this does not really do much for me. Looks does not look all that funny. I mean, I don't mind British movies. Don't get me wrong, but this just I don't know. Looks just like a home to video based thing. Definitely, it's going to VOD. I'm guessing. So yeah, definitely does not look all that great. All right, we also got Fremont, which follows Stanya, a young woman from Afghanistan who previously worked as a translator for U.S. troops and has since moved to Fremont, California. Her humdrum life takes a turn when she gets a job running the fortunes at a fortune cookie factory. Now it does star Anita Zaid along with Jeremy Alloway, who I really like Jeremy Alloway by the way. Between stuff like Shameless, obviously The Bear, which I'm pretty sure he's gonna win his Emmy for. I think the guy's always great, and this movie's also black and white, so there's that too. It looks really intriguing, looks decent. So I'm interested in seeing this one in premieres. All right. We also got Jurassic Park getting a re-release in 3D this week. So if you're interested in seeing Jurassic Park back on the big screen, this week will be your chance. I'm actually rewatching on the big screen. I've seen it on the big screen before, back when they re-released it in IMAX back in 2013, which was a great experience, by the way. I might actually give it another watch in theaters. I mean, I love the except for the last one, obviously, but I love the Jurassic Park films, especially the original. So I'll definitely give that one another go. All right, now that's all the movies coming out this week. We also got a couple of TV stuff, not many. Oh, we got one that I'm actually gonna watch once I'm done with my videos, and that is Ahsoka, where Ahsoka Tano investigates an emerging threat to the galaxy following the fall of the Empire. I cannot wait to watch the show. I got to queue up. I'm going to watch it pretty soon. I cannot wait to check this series out. You got Rosario Dawson, who I think is always great, Mary Elizabeth Winstead. The reviews for this have looked fantastic. So I'm hoping it's good because sometimes Star Wars TV could be hit and miss. I mean, Obi-Wan I was excited for, but it wasn't bad or anything, but it just wasn't all that great. Book of Boba Fett was just a plain old bust. Mandalorian season 3 was a hit and miss, so we'll see how good Ahsoka's gonna do. But all right, we also got Invasion season 2 coming to Apple. An alien invasion is seen through the different perspective of a various people on different continents across the world. And I actually thought the first season was a treat. You also got the likes of Sam Neill. Speaking of Jurassic Park, by the way. You also have Yokio from Deadpool 2 fame. So I think this, hopefully season 2 will be as good, but we'll see. All right, we also got Ragnarok season 3 coming to Netflix, which is the Norwegian fantasy series, which I actually never really watched, but I actually heard decent stuff about it, just never got around to watching it. Um, and no, this has nothing, despite having elements of Thor, this has nothing to do with Marvel's Thor, by the way. So yeah. And last but not least, we got Netflix's Who is Aaron Carter? Meet Aaron, mom, wife, and teacher living an expat dream in Spain. Or so we think. Aaron is clearly not who she says she is, but who exactly is she, and how far will she go to keep her true identity at bay as her life begins to unravel? And this could be a train. I saw the preview for this. Looks really interesting. Looks like there's gonna be some twisted turns around. So this could be a train to say. But that's pretty much it there. Let me ask you guys. Which of these films or shows are you interested in? Jurassic Park back in the years? Are you interested in? Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Him Zion.